everything you'll need to start a living soil pot at home. First, you'll need a pot. Now, you can use really any type of fabric pot. We like the Grassroots fabric pots. These ones have the living soil liner in them, which is this plastic liner that goes to the bottom 4 inches or so. So it helps push that water down. Soil King's got his pot company, Legacy Pot Co., and he'll be distributing those pots and Grassroots pots on his website.
Yep, I do a big supporter of Grassroots, and then I have my own. We do custom beds and everything else. So you can find all that at thesoilking.com.
When you're starting a living soil pot, it's important that the container you're using or the fabric pot be large enough, especially if you were going to end up flowering that plant in the living soil pot that you're creating. Now, when you're choosing the size of container to create a living soil ecosystem, we recommend going as big as you can. Now, you can go as small as like a 10-gallon pot. We have flowered out successfully plants in a 10-gallon living soil pot. But if you can go up to a 30-gallon, which is this size right here, that is ideal, especially if you want to have a mother pot or like a single plant that you're going to flower out.
Jake brings up a really good point. The bigger the pot, the better. And just remember, with living soil, you're buying a bag of soil and you're using it 10 plus times. This theory of buying a bag, throwing it out and buying a bag every time just takes some money out of your pocket. With this type of responsible growing tech right here, you're putting money back in your product because you're reusing your products over and over.
Second, you'll need a soil base. Now, we've tested quite a few different soil companies, and we really like the Big Roots that Soil King is putting out. It's our go-to soil, and it's what we are really using. We really like it. It's an excellent soil, especially if you're going to start a living soil ecosystem. You need a great base soil to start that with.
It's designed by growers for growers. What does that mean to you? That means I created this original blend for myself and for my community of the Emerald Triangle, and it's gone worldwide.
The Big Roots blend from Soil King is packed full of organic inputs. It's rich in pumice, cocoa coir, it's got peat moss, worm castings, a bunch of great organic inputs. It's CDFA registered for organic use. It's really a great soil. And if you're able to get your hands on this, we recommend using it as your base to start your living soil ecosystem. You can get it from Soil King's website. It'll hopefully be coming to a grow store near you soon. And if you can't get to it, you're in an area where you can't find it, we recommend using a good organic base soil, something that's rich in peat moss, that's got pumice, that's got worm castings, just like a good base soil if you're unable to get the Big Roots blend.
And if you can't find it, just hit me up, hit one of us up. We need stores near you. If your stores near you does not have it, I'm going to pick up that phone, I'm going to call the store near you, and we're going to get it in there for you. So thank you for the support. Thank you, Jake.
Hell yeah. Third, you'll need your worms. Now, a lot of the worms that we get come in a blend of red wigglers, European night crawlers, and blue worms. We use all 3 in our beds, and if you can only find red wigglers, that is totally fine. You don't need that many worms to start your living soil container. You really only need a handful to kind of populate it, and they will reproduce and populate to the right quantity for that container size. Lastly, you'll need your mulch. Now, we've got some fresh cannabis leaf material that we like to put on a lot of our pots. That material will dry up. It becomes rich organic material that the worms will break down and turn into worm castings. Now, if you don't have any plants growing, you can always use some organic straw, some type of straw hay as a mulch layer. We also like to use our cannabis stalk, like the stems when they dry out. We'll grind those up sometimes. But any type of organic leaf, organic mulch layer that you can put onto that soil, that'll help feed the worms. It'll help create a layer to hold water. And you can also plant clover, like crimson clover or other cover crops that you can grow. You can then cut those down and create your own mulch layer that way. Another important reason that we need mulch is the worms need to be protected from the light, whether it's the lights in the room or sunlight outside. The right size mulch layer helps improve water retention. It protects the biology, the worms in the soil, and it creates a thriving ecosystem for that soil. So to get our pot started, we're gonna put the Big Root soil into the Grassroots fabric pot. Now, as I'm putting it in, I'm not gonna put all of it in at once. I'm gonna put a base layer down so that we can kind of form the bottom of that pot. Now we'll start to add some more, and then we'll add some water before we put the next bag. Beautiful, rich soil. All right, now we've got a good base layer. I'm gonna grab some water, and we're gonna give it a little bit of a light shower. Now, as you add your soil, you're gonna wanna layer it with water, soil, water, and depending on how dry your starting soil is, that'll kind of dictate how much water you're gonna have to add. But we're trying to get that soil to a nice moisture content, not soaking wet, but not too dry. So we're gonna add just a little more soil to get the level in the pot a little bit higher, but we're gonna leave space so that we can end up top dressing in the future as needed. Let's see, I kind of like where that's at. This is a good level. We're gonna give it a little more water. So we've got about 4 to 6 inches left in the pot here. So that gives us space to top dress in the future, and it allows us to just work a little easier in the pot so we're not gonna be overflowing with soil. Now that we have our pot filled up, we're ready to add our worms in our compost, add our mulch, and get some plants into the soil. So right now we've got our King Kashi compost from Soil King, really rich, beautiful compost, packed full of different worms, red wigglers, European night crawlers, blue worms, really beautiful mix. We're gonna add that into our soil. That's gonna add worms and inoculate our soil with that rich microbiology that will help give this pot life. There's so much stuff we can't see that's on the microscopic level that's gonna take this big root soil and really make it come alive. So right now, I'm gonna be spreading this mulch around. Now this is some fresh cannabis leaf, and these worms are gonna break down this mulch, create nitrogen-rich worm castings. If you don't have, some leaves that you can prune to create fresh mulch, you can also get some straw or some hay to create a little straw layer, and that's a nice mulch layer. We also sometimes use dried cannabis stalk. You can also use wood chips, anything to help create a really nice mulch layer to help give those worms a little protection from the light and give them some food source so they'll break it down and create those nitrogen-rich worm castings. Now we're gonna make an area in the middle here so we can place our bottomless pot into this new living soil 30-gallon, and this will become a mother plant. You could flower in this. You can do a lot of different things in a pot this size. So here we have a bottomless pot with a lemon banana sherb clone in it. You can see on the very bottom here, there is nothing besides the soil and the roots. So this is going to allow this plant to grow directly into this living soil 30-gallon pot. Now we're putting this pot down. We're going to make sure it feels comfortable, that it feels nice and level. Work some of that mulch around, make sure the soil feels good, and then we'll end up watering the pot out, and it's good to go. Right here we have the Mr. B's green trees. This is an awesome amendment that we like to use. It's CDFA registered for organic use. We've got the all-purpose right here. They also have a growth and a bloom top dressing. We like all three of them. They're really good products. It's got a blend of different amendments, and they're really great to use. We recommend top dressing as needed. Now with a new living soil pot like this, we'll come through and top dress it after, about 3 to 6 weeks. Depending on how the plant's looking, how the health of it is. We'll end up mixing the Mr. B's green trees with some of that big root soil from Soil King. We'll blend that together and top dress it to all of our plants. It's a great way to add extra nutrients and minerals into that soil so the plants stay healthy and thrive. That wraps up starting a living soil pot. With everything that we listed, you can do this right at home and grow beautiful plants in a living soil ecosystem. If you're looking for our products, check out our website, no-tillkings.com. We have a store locator. And if you're looking for all of the great grow products that we're sharing today, check out thesoilking.com. He has a bunch of amazing products and more that we didn't showcase. And on this Mr. B's green trees, he's got free shipping right now, so order it while it lasts. Thanks for watching this video. For more tips and tricks, check out our other videos and stay tuned for the next one.